Diamonds in the rough. NFL Draft Diamonds. Time to shine.
Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds, and here with me today, I have one of these diamonds in the rough. His name is Malaki. He is a linebacker out of Utah Tech, formerly Dixie State. Nice to have you on, sir.
Appreciate you.
So, yeah, like I said, I mean, you are, you just got finished playing at Utah Tech, which changed their name. They used to be Dixie State. And doing pretty good, man, for yourself, an all-conference athlete. But if you don't mind, kind of set the stage a little bit for us, if you don't mind. Tell me where you're from and how you ultimately got to your university.
So I am from American Samoa originally. I I left when I was 16, my sophomore year, and I finished school out of California, down in Marietta, and then you know Dixie or Utah Tech was the only offer I got out of high school, so I just took it and ran with it.
Well, hey, that's kind of how it is sometimes. I mean, you got to find somebody that, really, loves you and gives you that, opportunity. So, um, talk to me just a little bit. I mean, you said that you were in American Samoa and then you came over to California. Talk to me about you as a high school athlete, if you don't mind.
Yeah, coming from the islands to California, it was kind of different, speed wise. It was like I came out here and I was kind of pretty undersized. I was like weighing at like 150, and for the position that I wanted to play receiver at first. So when I got out here, like I was trying out for the receiver, I didn't know like the kids out here were like way beyond like what we're so um when I came out here, like everything was fast, like kids were good at catching the ball. And for me, like coming from the island, like we never really like passed the ball like that. It was just more of like just running the ball every time. So I had to switch position over to um corner, and then and like it was going, and they like saw me and I was like kind of too slow for it, and the technique just wasn't there. So like they moved me to linebacker, and I just kind of played linebacker since then.
Well, yeah, I mean, but as it stands right now, you're no longer that little runt of a kid. You're at about 230, 235 pounds. I could see the guns poke, so you're good. You look like a legitimate athlete there. Standing at about 6'1". So I mean, certainly a decent sized linebacker there for sure. So um I know that you also played some other sports, maybe just a little bit of soccer, but I just kind of want to get your response on this question, and that is, what do you like most about this game of football?
Um, it's just all the life lessons that you learn from it. That's the grit and just the grind that um you get from playing football. Growing up. I mean, it just made me the person who I am today. I'm just a hardworking person and just willing to do anything for, it's just I just learned that for the game of football is like there's nothing given to you. It's like all earned, and you have to go put in that work every time for you to be able to get what you want to get out of life.
I mean, definitely a sport where like you get what you put into it, man. So I mean, and like you said, I mean, you put in a whole lot of work during during your collegiate career and getting you to where you're at. Um, like we had already mentioned, I mean, the school had offered you at a high school, Dixie State at the time. Talk to me about your university, if you don't mind. I mean, for people who aren't very familiar with it, talk to me about your university, maybe what you did there as a student.
So I major in communication. I got my bachelor's last spring, and our school is one of probably the fastest growing university in the U.S. It's cheap, and there's like I think like three or four programs. I think they're adding on to it this year, for masters. I think one of them they're big on accounting and nursing, and I forgot what the other one was. But yes, so those are like the two major ones at our school for masters. But yeah, it's pretty fast growing, and the area too, like around it, is just everywhere is just growing, and a lot of people are moving in from California and from Vegas because how how cheap it was. But now it's like the price is kind of going up because of the many people that's moving in to St. George. But it's pretty nice. I mean, the town is nice, the people are nice, and the weather is definitely nice. It's like sunny all year round, and it never snows there. I mean, it gets cold, but not too bad where like you have to, you know, put on like crazy amount of layers.
No, I get you. I mean, obviously coming from the islands, you don't want to be playing up in the snow. So I'm not familiar with that whatsoever.
Yeah.
So all right, so we talked about your university. Let's go ahead and talk some football if you don't mind. Talk to me about y'all's defense and how you fit in.
So for our defense, we played 4-3, with the hybrid, like a star or a nickel for some other schools. So we our nickel position we call him a star. So we run mostly cover one most of the time or cover two, depending on what team we go against. But yeah, so most of the time with my of the time I was there, we played our 4-3 defense.
And so would that just kind of put you there in the middle, or are you playing on the outside? Like,
Yes.
talk to me about you as a linebacker, and what do you feel is like the best, maybe some of your better attributes.
So my sophomore year, I played outside linebacker, and for our coach, he like made us learn both the outside linebacker and middle linebacker, but position. And then when I moved up to my junior and senior year, I played mostly middle linebacker because our other linebackers they're kind of young, and I was kind of like the old guy in the group, and he wanted me to lead those guys and set an example for them. So yeah, I mean, I was kind of undersized at sometimes for like the position, but just experiences just helps me a lot, and it just gave me an edge with in some of the games and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, certainly a guy who's very experienced. You have over 300 career tackles. Also, a team captain several times over. Talk to me about what it means to you to be a team captain for your team.
I mean, like for me, I didn't really want to be a team captain. I'm more of just a guy that just lead by an example. I just want to be there. I'm not necessarily the guy to tell people like to do stuff. So it was kind of tough. When my coach told me, that I had to be a leader and stuff like that. But for me, I told them that I don't want to be necessarily the guy to get the captain spot, but I just want to be there, to just lead the guys and just lead by example. But when we had the votings, all the guys just picked me, so it was just kind of I was just
Well, hey man, that's just kind
kind
of
of
what
in the
happens sometimes when like you're the older guy, you're the guy who's making a lot of the plays, and so like if you're the guy who's the older guy who's making all the plays, like everybody's looking at you.
Yeah.
If everybody's looking at you to make those plays, then you're going to end up getting that nod as that captain. So, hey, whether you like it or not, I mean, you were able to, really put together a solid career there. Talk to me real quick about some of your teammates. Who there do we need to look out for, like in the coming seasons, who's maybe coming up in the program?
I would say one of them is our Will linebacker. His name is Will Lilta. He was a sophomore last year. He's going on to his junior year. He was the second team all conference his first year, and then we got first team all conference this past year. But he's a great kid, fast and very athletic, and he's just the guy to look for, to look out for this oncoming season. I mean, I've been talking to him on the phone, and I told him, I was like, dude, you just gotta put in the work, and it's right there in your hands, and you just gotta keep working. And that All American is not that far from you, so you just gotta put in the work, and you'll get it.
Yeah, and Utah Tech is really a growing program. You guys are really putting yourselves on the map there. Talk to me about some of your best moments, playing for them. Like, is there any particular game or maybe even a specific play that just kind of comes to mind when you think about your overall experience there?
I'll say like this past season, the one of the best moments was beating Stephen F. Austin. They were number one in our conference in there. They were undefeated in our conference too. So when we played them, um, I mean we went in as the underdog, and the first play of the game, I caused a forced fumble, which just set the tone for everybody. And it was just we just kept going up from there, and there was never looking back. And all the guys, just were just hyped, and they were just ready to play. And then after we came up successful and we came up with the dub, and it felt great, being the underdog and beating the number one team in the conference was definitely a
Well,
time to remember.
Well, hey, I mean, Stephen F. Austin's no joke, like you said. I mean, they were the team to beat, really. And so you go out there, you get the W against those guys, make yourself look good. So that's cool, man. It's a great moment. I was looking also in my notes here. Apparently you're one of these guys who was given that number 3 jersey for Utah Tech. Can you tell me a little bit about what that means for you?
Yes, so the number 3 jersey represents one of our friends. He passed away in 2000, I think it was 19. He has some heart problems. Um and it just represents the character of someone that's hardworking on and off the field, and not only on the football team but in class, having good grades, and just being a leader, on and off the field. And that just represents that jersey for my junior and senior year. That was able to represent the number 3.
Yeah, so obviously being granted that number, being granted team captain, some great things to really have someone give you that you know those things, those honors. So when you look at those things that you have been able to accomplish, whether it be getting that number 3 jersey, being team captain, being an all conference player, what do you feel is like maybe your best accomplishment as a player, like when you look at the span of those things?
Um, I would say just leaving the school better than it was. For especially for the young guys. I I just felt like I had a major part of helping them grow as players and just being a mentor for them. You know, it just helped made me feel good that I left them with something good and make sure they understood the playbook better than it was when I was there. And then now, I mean, I talk to the guys here and there, and they're slowly and they're picking up all the stuff that I was trying to tell them what to do and stuff. So yeah, that's probably one of my biggest achievement was helping the guys get better, especially those young guys, and so they can succeed in college and stuff.
Yeah, and we talked about it already. I mean, really this program, the Trailblazers really just doing some great things. I mean, really developing a program who's beating quality talent, man. You're getting, great wins against great opponents, and you are now a team who people really need to recognize moving forward. So great to, I guess, establish that legacy for those to come. So Malaki, I do want to get a chance to meet you outside of football just a little bit, if you don't mind. So let's take the football talk and set it on the shelf for just a minute. Talk to me about you. What are you into? Your likes, your dislikes, maybe some hobbies or something. Like what's who is this Malaki guy that maybe not everybody knows?
Well, most of the time, I don't really do much. Right now, I just go to work out in the morning, and I come back and I go to work, of from 4 to 12, and it's just kind of like an ongoing thing throughout the week. But when I do have some downtime, I play some video games, here and there, and then but most of the time when I get back, I just like to rest. But on the weekends, I go and play volleyball with my fiance and with some of our friends over at their club. But yeah, that's about it.
So
Uh,
so do you have any like special talents that like not everybody knows? Like can you play an instrument? Can you I mean what is do you have anything else that you do outside of being a football player that you're good at?
um, Not really. I mean, I cook sometimes, and then I play volleyball. That's about it. I mean,
Okay. So let's sit on the food side of things. So when it's a cheat day, and I'm just throwing this out there, when it's a cheat day, what's that one thing that you got to eat?
I would say corned beef and spaghetti, and probably with rice.
Like together?
Yes,
Th-
like it's
Okay,
pretty good. Like it may sound weird, but like
it
you
does.
have yeah, once you eat it, it's pretty good. Not the like the circle spaghetti, it's like the long. I
No, no, I
it's,
get you. So definitely something interesting there for sure. Anything
yeah.
else about you that you feel people need to know? I mean, other than the fact that you like corned beef and spaghetti and some volleyball and play some video games, anything else about you that you want to share?
Um, Dang, nothing much. I just got engaged last year, in the summer. Um, Other than that, that's about it. No,
Well,
I'm a low key kind of guy. I stay at home most of the time. Don't really do much. But yeah, I
God.
was just
Well, I mean, obviously, as it stands right now, I mean, you put in a lot of work, getting yourself prepared to take the next step, which is moving on to the pros. And so, I want to give you the opportunity to close us out and really just talk to all those scouts out there. Give them your pitch as to why you feel they need to take a chance on you and bring you into their team. So, go ahead and close us with that.
I mean, I'm just a coachable guy, that's ready to come in and make a difference on the team. Um, Maybe undersized, but I got the heart of a lion, and I mean, I'm always there willing to put in the work and willing to do whatever to make a team. succeed in whatever they need, and whatever they want me to do, I'm there. You want me to run through the wall, I'll run through the wall for any coach, and that's just the kind of person I am. I'm a very loyal guy. Um, whatever a team needs is what I'm gonna do, and you know,
Okay. Well, hey man, being loyal, being coachable, definitely some positives there. Being a leader, albeit maybe not the guy who wants to talk so much, but a guy who can really set the example for others to follow. So definitely like that about you. You said you're undersized. I don't think you're that undersized. I mean, 6'1", 230, 235, I think is fair. Guys like you do have a place in the pros, so I wouldn't sweat that so much. Malaki, do wish you best of luck in this process, and you take care of yourself, all right?
I appreciate it.
Sure. Once again, Malaki, linebacker, Utah Tech. Definitely check him out.